This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. When you visit the doctor, you probably hand over your insurance, your ID, and contact details. It's just one of the many places that has your personal info. And if any of them accidentally expose it, you could be at risk for identity theft. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second. If you become a victim, they'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Yes, I think everybody's very excited about AI for 1.5 years now, and I think it will continue some more time. But then I'm also always curious what will be the next thing. And I have been thinking about that, and I think AI is a very technology-driven movement. So it would be logic that after that we again will get a kind of human-centered movement.
Welcome to Season 4 of the Manage Self, Lead Others show with Nina Sunday, CSP. This podcast empowers experienced and aspiring managers to become more intentional leaders. Join Nina as she engages with brilliant minds passionate about elevating team culture. Workplace culture hides in plain sight. Is yours thriving? Be part of the movement to make your workplace a better place to work. Now get ready to manage self, lead others with Nina Sunday.
Based in the Netherlands, Ger Driesen is a thought leader in learning and development and a learning innovation leader at anewspring.com. With a focus on trends in learning and development, Ger Driesen is an L&D Trendcatcher, which is the name of his blog. International speaker, his life goal is to serve the world with inspiring learning journeys. His specialty, creating effective and inspiring learning and performance ecosystems. Welcome, Ger Driesen. Well, we decided that because you are a trend catcher and in the show notes, we've got reference to your learning notes, which is catching up with latest trends. And I met you when you came out to Australia 2016. You came out to present at the Australian Institute of Training and Development Conference, and you had a one-day workshop the day before, which I attended. And I've always held you in with high respect. And so, look, I actually meant to invite you even when I first started my podcast, but time passes really quickly. And here you are. It's wonderful to have you with us today. That's great.
Thank you for these kind words. Yeah.
And we're going to talk about AI and trends in AI and L&D, learning and development. But I just want to mention here the little quote that's going around, which says, AI won't replace humans, but humans using AI will. What's your thoughts around that? I mean, in other words, there's a responsibility for all of us to keep up.
Exactly. And quite often when new technologies come up, people are afraid of it. It was with the first trains, it was with the first photo cameras, it was with the first computers. So it's also with AI, and of course it's good to be aware what's happening, but you don't have to be so much afraid that AI will replace your job, but people who are using AI in a practical way will take over your job. So the best way to approach it, I guess, and that's what many people say, is work together with AI, use it as a kind of co-pilot.
What I've been learning is how you prompt AI. That's where the mastery is.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the old saying of garbage in, garbage out. If you create garbage input, then the system will create garbage output. And there's one aspect of prompting, exactly how to write a prompt and be smart with it. But also to write a good prompt, you have to have some basic knowledge, what you are asking about or talking about.
You can tell AI, it's not like, for example, if I'm doing show notes for the podcast, I don't tell AI, I am doing show notes and can you help me summarize the transcript? You tell AI that you are an expert in doing show notes. What would you say is the biggest trend you are observing around AI and learning and development?
Now you see, after 1.5 years, now you see the shift towards, okay, how can we change and improve learning modalities with AI? And I think that's the more interesting part that we are entering now.
So which learning modalities exactly, please?
If we use AI for learning content, then you are thinking about training programs, e-learning programs, etc. But what we see now is that there's also the opportunity to use AI as a mentor or as like performance support. You are doing your job and you want some assistance, or you get stuck. You don't log out to log in on an e-learning to help you or to learn something new. But while working, you use AI to help you out with what you are doing at that moment.
Oh.
And that's what we call performance support. So,
okay. So it's while you're doing your work or while you're learning, or both?
I focus mainly on workplace learning in my job, and you could say, okay, sometimes it's very nice to take a step back from your job and go somewhere to reflect and to do some learning. But during a job, there's also a lot of opportunities for learning, and learning while working is also a trend. And by doing a job and doing hard job tasks with assistance of colleagues or with assistance of AI, of course, you also learn. And performance support is when you might get stuck with something that you can directly, seamlessly ask AI to help you out with what you are struggling with.
Well, can you give me a little example? Would it be to do with software, or would it be to do with maybe I have this dilemma with this team member and I don't know how to respond to them and this behavior has occurred? I mean, that's people skills, or there's software skills, or there could be some other element. What's your thoughts?
Software developers use AI a lot, and AI can already create software. So you can also use it indeed for people skills. Say, hey, I'm having this kind of situation with this person. How should I approach it to be more effective? Yeah. But also, I'm writing this marketing text or whatever, and I want to be more energetic or fluffy or whatever you like, and say, okay, this is my input. Can you create a better version of it?
Or it's really funny.
Yeah.
I've been doing, say I have a customized program I have to do, and I'll write up my own outline, and then sometimes I'll put it into ChatGPT and say, have I forgotten anything? Is there any element I need to add? And that's good because I've already done the heavy lifting. I just want them to go, well, I can't see what's missing. And sometimes AI can. But I'll tell you something. I was preparing a presentation to my local chapter for professional speaking on why start your own podcast. These are for speakers and coaches. And do you know what? I didn't like their outline at all. I threw it out. I kept with the one I had because what was in my head was in my head, and that's what I wanted to share, not what AI thinks people need to know. So you have to be the judge. You have to be your own judge.
And to be the judge, you need your knowledge and your experience.
So now you mentioned conversational learning and that chatbots can become a teacher. How would that work? And how is that working?
We know chatbots for many years now, but most of the time it's when you are working online or are trying to reach somebody online, chatbot says, hello, can I help you? And you type in your problem and you get answers. But it's more that you reach out to a chatbot with a problem, but it can also be the other way around, so that you say, okay, I got stuck with this and I want to have a conversation about it. Can you help me? Or even that the chatbot reaches out to you, say, hey, I see you are struggling with your work. Most of the time it's with computer work now. So I think like in PowerPoint, you get suggestions also. When you are creating a PowerPoint slide deck, sometimes that pops up. Here are some design suggestions for you. of course, that's also AI. So AI is already embedded in a lot of tools that we use today to do our work.
And of course, the actual tools that people are using are changing all the time. So we won't go into listing all the different apps, because in a year's time they'll probably all be different. I mean, at the moment, ChatGPT has got the market share, and Copilot is coming up behind it. But you know, there are other ones I've heard of: Claude, Perplexity, Marlowe. They're all interesting names. Have you got some other names you've heard of?
Yeah, an exciting one recently is NotebookLM, and you can put in content, and it creates a podcast out of it. So a conversation podcast. It's very nice. And when you hear it the first time, it's, whoa, didn't see that one coming. And then the second time, if you hear one, you have the idea, oh, okay. It seems that there are some techniques that come back in every podcast.
Well, I hope AI doesn't put me out of a job, but but I tell you what, I'll let you in on a little secret. The narrator we currently use in season 4 and 5 is an AI clone with an Australian accent. It's an Australian voice, and I just punch in the words, and straight away it spits out. It sounds so natural. It's wonderful. And I'm sorry to say goodbye to Rory that we had for the first couple of seasons. He was lovely, but now we've got AI.
Yeah. So, and that's also kind of performance support, you could say, because you are now the one creating it, but you use AI for the end result. You are working together with AI. You give.
Well, yeah, because I wrote the words. It's my words. Yeah, to the letter. And look, you mentioned to me earlier about Khan Academy. I love Khan Academy. And I don't know, explain Khan Academy to those that haven't heard of it.
Yeah, so it's founded by Salman Khan, a guy from the US. And I think it's originally started that his nephew, who also lived in the US, or maybe lived in India, I'm not sure. But they lived apart quite in a distance. So, and he wanted to help his nephew with mathematics, and so he started creating video lessons online, and it helped really well. And then he started sharing them on YouTube, and then it became very popular. And so he started Khan Academy, giving support to learning all kind of skills, school-related skills. And now they have a new kind of approach with AI. And there is a demo on YouTube where you can see that Salman Khan is sitting with a young person who is trying to solve a math problem. And there's a camera with AI on it. And it really gives direct feedback and says, okay, wait a minute, maybe, are you sure you are doing this? Or, hey, you made a mistake there. Let's try it again with how it should work. So also with worked examples, etc. So that's really impressive.
And of course, there's something curious about the visual look of Khan Academy. Now AI is making Khan Academy, which is a free academy. It's an incredible and intelligent tutor.
I also did prompt engineering with Khan Academy. So it's not only for younger people now doing their homework, but it also has professional skills now. The interesting part of AI, more philosophical, is that it helps us understand what it really means to be human. And still there are things that humans can do, but AI can't do. So everybody's talking about this general AI. That means nowadays AI can do tasks better than people, but people can do all the tasks that AI can't. AI can only do a specific task. So that's still very different from humans compared to AI. But of course also the social aspect of being together, working together, giving meaning, being creative. Try to use AI to free up time to do other things that are more people-oriented. So especially looking at leaders and managers and supervisors, they have a hard job all the time and have so much things to do that quite often they don't have much time to really work with their people. So if they can free up time by doing the dull tasks via AI, they free up more time to have real and deep and meaningful conversations with the people.
That sense of belonging and inclusivity is so important. And that's why returning to the office at least some days of the week, maybe working remotely 100% doesn't encourage belonging, but certainly making sure you go to the office a few days a week at least, it really does aid that sense of community and that esprit de corps, as they say.
This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Pet injury is an additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
And
we might only have to go to draft level in future, and that'll save us a lot of time because AI can do the final draft. And the other thing is, sometimes you know what you don't want when you're given a version to work with, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, like it was that time that I said, give me an outline for this presentation. I went, oh, I don't want to talk about that at all. Oh, I threw it out. But at least I knew. I then knew that what I wanted to talk about was unique and not cookie cutter like everybody else. I was actually on the right path.
Yeah, and you got confirmed by doing that.
Yeah, I got confirmed by the negative, by the negative version of it. So, you must have some idea around what is the pendulum going to swing the other way? And if it does, in what way will it swing?
Yes, I think everybody's very excited about AI for 1.5 years now, and I think it will continue some more time. But then I'm also always curious what will be the next thing. And I have been thinking about that. And I think AI is a very technology-driven movement. So it would be logic that after that, we again will get a kind of human-centered movement. So I think that all things human-centered will be the next thing after AI, that we want to go back to that equilibrium again about, okay, one-time technology, now it's time for the human side again. And so all kind of human-centered design, human-centered approaches, human-centered processes, etc. So work is so much more than just economic or a rational process. It's also cultural, it's psychological. So it has so many facets, and all these facets play an important role if people feel good at work and can be at their best. So I think that's part of that human-centered wave that hopefully will come. Say, okay, let's look at the person as a whole. Let's look at work as a whole thing, and then see how we can create the best experience and the best output for everybody.
We could talk longer, but thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it, all the way from Netherlands. It's your 10 a.m. in the morning. It's my 7 p.m. in the evening. Isn't online meetings just wonderful?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
My pleasure. And I remember all those years ago being in the same room as you. So that may happen again in the future. You never know. All the best. And let's see you in Australia again soon.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. This episode, we were speaking with Ger Driesen from the Netherlands, and from his website is anewspring.com. And if you want to read his Trendcatcher blog, the URL is Ger's Learning Notes, GERS-learning-notes. So on newspring.com/Ger's Learning Notes. My name is Nina Sunday. I'm host of Manage Self, Lead Others podcast. Thanks for listening, and remember to subscribe to the video versions on our YouTube channel. And until next time, bye for now.
Nina Sunday, CSP, is on a mission to help leaders transform culture. Nina leads customised workshops in workplaces across Australia, focusing on communication, teamwork, leading people, productivity, and more. Visit brainpowertraining.com.au/signature-programs to book Nina as your conference speaker in Australia, New Zealand, Asia, globally. Go to ninasunday.com.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.